You know, this guy, whatever has happened. He's caught up. He's not in a place where he can make moves. He is stuck. However, like he's chilling. He's okay. And there's this light on his head that's, to me, it signifies action there. It's like the sun is right behind him. And so it's a powerful energy. And how I interpret this card is he's been hung up by whatever the situation is. And instead of being upset by it, he is taking the opportunity to look at things differently and to bring himself some knowledge or some clarity or just widen his view. So mentally this month, you may kind of feel stuck and you may kind of feel that you're forced to see things differently. And I think, I just watched this video. It's really funny. Talking about people's IQs, and a part of his speech was regarding how, in our grandparents' days, school was more about memorizing like presidents or capitals or whatever. And today, school's more about hypotheticals and imagining possibilities. And he even goes into some experiments talking about, I don't remember when the tests were done, if it was the 1800s or whatever, of talking to people and them being completely unable to register hypotheticals. They were so stuck in what was concrete that they could not even imagine an answer for a hypothetical question. So over time, because that's part of human growth and expansion and our understandings and perspectives on things, and now that we've become more globally understanding of things that are happening around the world and seeing different perspectives and how things are going and all of that, our perspectives are shifting really fast. And it's sometimes really helpful to us if something makes no sense at all. Question, why can't I understand the hypothetical? And maybe it will take you time and energy and purposefulness of pulling in some hypotheticals right now and looking at these other perspectives and being like, okay, I'm now able, more likely to see and be understanding of this person because I was forced to see things from their perspective. In our physical space card, we have death. And I know death is kind of a scary card for people, like this in the tower freak people out. But me being a Scorpio, yesterday was my birthday. This is my card as a Scorpio, and I get this energy, but I also get that a lot of other people don't. That the finalness of death can be very scary to some. And those of us who feel like there's something after death typically have an easier time with that. So whether you want to approach this from like a religious or spiritual standpoint or just even a mathematical science standpoint, energy doesn't end. It can change forms, but it never goes away, right? It just keeps changing into something else. You can manipulate it. And so in your physical space, this may be allowing something to come to an end, but with the understanding that just because this is ending doesn't mean that that will never be again, or this cycle will never come through your life again, or you'll never recognize these patterns again. So it's letting something come to an end and understanding that it may be different, the energy has changed forms, and something new is going to come from it. It's hard to get more specific than that coming in your physical space. That could be the end of, even like a job or a habit or a friendship, or who knows how this is going to play in your life. But if there's something that's been kind of like, you feel it coming, taking an understanding that it's okay. What's the old adage that one door closes, another one opens kind of thing. Keeping that attitude may be helpful for you. In our emotional space, we have the Ace of Cups. So this is potential for new, and I kind of thought it was funny that it came right after this Death card, because that newness, I feel like, is one card, like there's not strict definitional lines between these cards. When you pull multiple cards, it's because you merge them together and you're trying to get an overall energy of the feelings and so forth. We're not black and white. There aren't clear cut defined lines between things. So I see it's like this transition here of coming into, this is ending and it's going to flow into a new beginning, because this is all about potential. And with it being a cups, this is in your emotional space. So potential to have a new emotional connection, potential to revive one, potential to authentically connect to someone else or even yourself. And in our spiritual space, we have the Five of Swords. This guy can sometimes be a bully. He's obviously won this battle. He's looking a little cocky. You know what I mean? When this card comes up, I always kind of want to stress a warning of, it's okay to stand for what you believe in, especially, in your spiritual space. However, are you winning or fighting just to win, or is this a legitimate battle? If you're being a typewriter, a keyboard warrior, if you are pushing your beliefs or your holy goodness, I can't English, viewpoints, if you are really pushing other people to try to believe the way you believe, that's a fine line of helping people, educating people, sharing with people. But if you're trying to force someone to believe you, it's not likely to be effective, right? Or if you feel like you're being bullied or on the losing end of this, that may be something that you need to have some conversations about and share and say, I appreciate your passion about whatever this is, but it makes me feel like you're trying to force me or being too judgy or hard on me or whatever, and I don't appreciate it. Sometimes some simple conversations, some of us, and I can probably, I don't know if anybody's called me out on it recently, but I'm a fixer. It's part of why I do this. I like to talk to people about the energies that are surrounding our lives and how we can make better use of them and be better human beings. But I don't want to be someone who's constantly walking around judging people or making people even consider that I am, or that I know better and I know best, and them looking at me and saying, you talk about all this stuff, but you're still a mess sometimes. Well, yes, I am a mess sometimes. And yes, I am a human being and I have highs and lows and ups and downs like every other person. But with me doing this and calling attention to certain things in my life and spending time being mindful and thoughtful about all of these things and how they could be playing, it helps me have a better relationship. Because if I get a surprise ending of something that's coming my way, I can be like, it's okay. Something new may follow. One door closes, another one opens. And it's kind of like I have my own personal self-help book every month that's like, okay, these are things you might want to spend time thinking about. And it could be useful to you this month. Like, that's my only hope with this, is that I talk about something that helps you navigate your month a little bit easier because you thought about words that I said. You know what I mean? So don't, what I'm saying is try not to preach at people, or, you know what I mean? Like, I have to call myself on it a lot. And sometimes it's just here. It's good to have somebody say, cool your jets a little bit once in a while. All right, we're going to pause here and we're going to get started with our next cards. We have the Two of Coins and the Hierophant. The Two of Coins has a lot to do with our flexibility and ability to multitask or handle more than one thing at once, and just going with the flow and making things work. You may just struggle with that a little bit this month, of maybe feeling overwhelmed or just can't get things moving smoothly. It may be helpful to you to take a closer look at your budget, your schedule, all of those kinds of things, and try to get ahead of the game. If you see an area coming up like, oh man, that day's packed a little full, how can I rearrange things a little bit, just as a what's the word I wanted to use? Preventative kind of medicine for yourself, of I'm going to try to get ahead of things a little bit, or I'm not going to take on too much. If somebody asks me to do this, I'm going to be really thoughtful before I tell them yes, because I need to make sure that I can juggle all the things I have going on. And the Hierophant is a card of institution to me. Like, he's depicted here as a religious leader with some followers. They're holding themselves accountable to things he says. They're learning from him. They're actively engaged in seeking from him, right? So a lot of times I associate this to actual religion, to school, to training, to counselors, to people in your life that you go to that you feel hold you to some accountability, or have, there's some rules and organization associated with this card, right? So that may also be playing a role in this inability to be flexible if you're having a hard time sticking to the rules or following what's already been laid out, a standard that needs to be maintained of something. It may be hard for you to stay within those boundaries right now for whatever reason. And I would, again, just be preemptive, is that the right word? With how you're going to approach some of this stuff. So if you have things due at work or at school, or you may have to deal with your higher ups in some way, be mindful that it may not go smoothly, or they may put a lot on my plate that I'm already having a hard time juggling. And how can I communicate to them that I don't want to drop the ball, but I don't know if I can take any more, those kinds of situations. So however this is showing up in your life, I think being forward thinking with it may be helpful for you to get through it. And they're wands. All wands, the 10 of wands, the ace of wands, and the 3 of wands. So your creativity, your passions, your excitements, those kinds of things are represented in wands in general. The ace, just like the ace of cups up there, is a potential. This is fire energy. Like I said, passion, excitement, being really called to be involved in something new, this potential to create. And the 3 of wands, he's obviously going on a journey. He's standing on the edge of land. He's about to change modalities. He's going to go on that ship, and he's going. The 10 of wands is our burden card, talking about being overwhelmed. This is some heavy duty stuff. This is something new, something exciting. There's potential here. There's room for growth. There's all of these things. And then we have the burden card. And this is coming out in the strengths card. So give yourself appreciation that sometimes you can carry around a damn roach that does not belong on your back. You know what I mean? Like, we all have been there where we're carrying around crap that ain't ours. And we need to put it the hell down. But we can do a pretty good job, right? Like, there's some times where you're like, I know I'm overloaded. I know I'm taking on a lot, but I'm capable of this and I can appreciate my abilities here. So instead of getting too overwhelmed, again, being forward thinking in that I can make moves. I can find potential. I can carry around burdens. I can multitask. I can deal with this stuff. However, this is playing into your life. And I feel it just has a lot to do with like some type of authority in your life that's imposing some stuff on you. And, or it's a new set of rules if you've recently changed jobs or your manager has changed or there's been some kind of reordering of the setup of the standards in your life. And if you're just like, I can do this, I got it, I have to make an impression, I have to do my best and show off right now, Leo, you know what? Do that. And appreciate that you're capable of handling this. We have the Knight of Cups. This could be a water sign in your life, Leo, someone you're dealing with in your need to know area, or it could be just aspects of this within yourself. The Knight cards are always about movement to me. There's always a horse and they are going somewhere. Sometimes they're going fast and sometimes they're going slow. And he's holding this like chalice, this cup up, and it's like he's celebrating and feeling really good. And he has this willingness to enjoy this moment. And the cups are all about our emotions, right? So, this guy is, going to show his emotions and, he may, he's a knight. He's not the king. He might not be all the way grown up, but it's there. There's an availability there. He's outstretched with it. It's like this is me, and I'm going to share part of myself so I can connect with people. Willingness always comes to mind with the knights. There's always a willingness described in them. I'm not scared to interact. That happens with the Knight cards. All right. Tower card. You got the Death and the Tower. You got the scary cards this month. And I hope that you're able to see the good in them. This Tower card, things are getting torn down, right? There's been this dismantling of whatever it is. And you can either take the opportunity, like I was saying with Death, to be okay with it being done and looking forward to rebuilding things the way you want them to be. And for whatever reason, Leo, a lot of this is coming through to me as work stuff. And so I feel like it's best for me to talk in those terms. And if this is not coming out in your work life, it's up, as in every reading, it's up to you to associate with every card. Like, okay, what did that make me think of initially? And what does that mean to me? But if this is a work situation and there has been this upset of someone new coming in, or the rules being changed, if you will, that can really be an awesome opportunity for you. And as long, this could be really good for you to pull on these strengths of being willing to do something new and be willing to look for potential and able to handle a lot of stuff. You can handle this, right? And this person, whoever this authority figure is, may need you to do this. And it's going to take being open and authentic and real with them for it to go smoothly. And here with the Tower, again, just showing something is amiss. There's been this stall or change, but it's followed by some really good cards. We have the Three of Coins, the King, or sorry, the Three of Cups, the King of Coins, the Five of Coins. The Three of Cups, this is kind of like girls' night out, having a good time, dancing and sharing some drinks kind of energy. The King of Coins is someone who is in a good financial space. He understands our material world. That doesn't mean he's rich or whatever. It means he has a maturity to understand how to take care of himself, how to make money for himself, how to have a good relationship with money, what that means, what has real value and worth in his space, or may take really good care of his physical body and his world, if you will. And then we're followed with the Five of Coins, which usually, I mean, these people kind of seem down and out, but there's this big, beautiful building here that's likely a place that they could find refuge if they were willing to walk in the door. All of this coming together as our suggestions, I really feel like we're saying the same things over and over again, but things happen, whether it's a shift in your perspective or changing location, someone new coming in, something getting pulled apart, the rules changing can lead to emotional fulfillment, emotional excitement, these opportunities to be authentic and to share that part of yourself. There's opportunities to maybe be in a better financial place. And it may take you being the little guy or being kind of out of it, or especially if this isn't just about this. I always kind of see this as a division of class that plays into this card, these energies as well. And you may feel like, I'm not ready for this. I am not prepared. I'm not the person. Maybe you've gotten a like promotion type thing, or you're expected, a lot more is expected of you. You've had to go to some kind of training, that kind of thing. And you may not feel that you are the right person for this. So some of this month may be because you're, again, I haven't even gone back to this card. That's strange. I usually try to go back a bunch. You may need to heighten yourself, heighten your opinion of yourself, heighten the appreciation you have for yourself, so you can get over your pride or get past your fears and go into this big building here. You know what I mean? Like, okay, I am meant to be here with you, and I am capable of doing this, and I can bring a lot to the table, and I can be real and honest and open, and this could be a mutually beneficial kind of situation.